Some men fall in love with pain, not peace. They crave women who need fixing because that's the only way they've ever felt important. So when she arrived whole, grounded, radiant, he didn't know what to do with her. She wasn't chaotic. She wasn't emotionally starved. She didn't beg, didn't cling, didn't test. She simply loved and stood still. And in that stillness, he felt his own chaos rise. He told himself she was too much, too emotional, too intense. But in truth, she was too complete. And his identity, the one shaped by trauma and ego, had nowhere to live inside her wholeness. Carl Jung once wrote, "We are not what happened to us. We are what we choose to become." But he hadn't yet chosen to become whole. He was still living in reaction, still chasing validation through broken mirrors. So he began to pull away, not because she did anything wrong, but because she triggered the parts of him he hadn't healed. She wasn't interested in performance. She wanted presence, not effort soaked in anxiety, but attention rooted in truth. But truth scared him, because truth doesn't flatter. Truth doesn't shrink to soothe the ego. And her love, pure, clean, undemanding, held up a mirror that made him feel small. She didn't need him. And to the boy within the man, that was unbearable. So he distanced himself, stopped texting back quickly, started poking at her calm with sarcasm, turned her depth into a joke. Why? Because it was easier to destroy the altar than kneel at it. He confused peace for boredom, because his nervous system was calibrated to chaos. He called her predictable because she was consistent. He said she lacked mystery because she was emotionally honest. But the truth, she was a whole woman, and he was only prepared to love someone broken enough to accept half of him. She began to feel it, the disconnection, the hesitation behind his words, the empty space where his presence used to sit. And she didn't rage. She didn't chase. She simply softened back into herself, because she didn't come into his life to convince him. She came to invite him, to meet her in clarity, to grow, not perform, to feel, not fix. He didn't understand at first. He thought she would stay, that she would wait forever in the hope he might return to her fully. But wholeness doesn't beg. So when she left, she didn't leave in anger. She left in stillness, the kind of stillness you only find when you've already tried everything else. He tried to replace her, tried to find her softness in strangers. But he only found versions of himself and the echo of her absence inside them. He remembered her, not because of her words, but because of her peace, the way she never needed to raise her voice to be felt, the way she stood whole and made him question every mask he wore. Some men don't fear abandonment, they fear being truly seen. And she saw everything, the wound, the boy, the armor, and still, she offered love. But when he proved he could not hold it without first holding himself, she walked away. He couldn't love her because she wasn't broken enough. And she didn't break to earn love. She chose wholeness and left the pieces behind.